Hello YouTube and welcome back to a new video. Now, what have we got today? We have this, the unboxing of the Blueskysea B5M Dashcam. Let's get into the video, guys. Cheers. So guys, before we get into unboxing the new dash cam, I want to show you a quick video. Now, this was taken from the current system that's on the bike. Now, there is no audio. Why it didn't record, I'm not quite sure why. But let's have a look at that and have a chat in a minute. Cheers. So, as you see there, car pulls out in front of me, just riding leisurely. I'm not speeding at all. And in the event of an impact there, you know what happens. People say that the bikes are speeding. And it's basically having evidence to show that you're acting responsible. And that's why I have a camera system on mine. Now, the issue being that even though I stopped and we've not impacted, if I'd have fallen over and he had driven off, I would have still had clause for a claim because he would have caused that incident. He obviously wasn't looking, he didn't stop, drove off, had my two mates in tow. I got off the bike, I was white as a sheet. I mean, I don't think the camera does it justice, but that is full on emergency stop. That was, stalled the bike, there was gravel just off to the left. And it was, yeah, it was heart racing. You can see that if he hadn't have moved, I would have hit his back. And again, it would have, ironically, I think it's down to the bikers to prove that they're actually riding sensibly. Now, this is why I'm changing the camera, because as you can see, as he pulls away, and if I'd have fallen over, as I say, I believe that I would have had a claim for irresponsible driving on his behalf. I've looked at it many times and tried to crop it, and you can't see his registration number. And basically, it's no good. The only time that that would have been any good if we'd have impacted and he would have stopped. It's the only time that I would have been able to use that evidence really to actually make a claim. So that is a very, very cheap system that I invested in. I say invested, but bought when I first got into bikes, and it was originally on the J2. I took it off the J2 and put it onto here when I first got it. Bought it quite a few years ago, and I've got to be honest, I was spending so much money on everything else. I didn't want to spend so much money on a camera system that is GoPro quality. And to get something that's GoPro quality, you are looking at £300 plus, and these aren't that. And I'd done a lot of review, or looked at a lot of reviews on YouTube to find out what is a budgety system, and these Blueskyseas come up very, very high, because the system that's fitted, it says that it's 1080 front and 720 rear. Not a chance, not a chance. This claims that it's 2K at 30 frames a second, but I've had Blueskysea before. That is what's fitted onto the J2. Maybe I should have taken it off before I sold it and swapped them over, but I didn't. That system's on now, and I've seen the recordings back on that, and although it's not GoPro quality, it's good quality, and you would have been you're able to pull number plates off as you're riding along and see number plates. So that is the reason for change. That is the reason that I have a dash cam on my bike and on my car. I've witnessed accidents that are insurance frauds, where people have reversed into people. I've got it on camera, but the person hit hasn't, so they've then got a defence. You just can't be too careful. So let's get into unboxing it. Cheers, guys. So guys, let's get into unboxing. Now this again is the Blueskysea B5M. Okay, I'll go over features a little bit later. This is actually meant to be slightly better than the one that I had on the J2. This has got slightly better cameras and apparently a slightly better processor inside. So I'm expecting it to be at least as good a quality, if not slightly better. Now, I actually paid for this £120. I'm not sponsored. I don't get sent items through. I have paid for this. I paid around about the same amount of money for the other one that I had. The other one that I had was the Blueskysea DV988. And that didn't claim 2K. It only claimed 1080. This claims 2K at 30 frames per second, 180p 60 frames a second. I will probably run it at 1080 30 frames per second, or might even try going through and see what is the best result we can get out of those. Sorry for the glare, that is my light. So they come from China. Wherever you're buying them from the eBay, they're all coming from China. They're all pretty well packaged. I haven't opened up what I would call one of the premium. I mean, I've got a GoPro, but I've not opened up something like the Inov system or anything like that to compare it to. But these come very, very well packaged. Now, first of all, we've got the main unit. This particular unit is not touchscreen. The other one that I had was touchscreen. The reason that I wanted to go for this is, one, because of the upgrade with the cameras and the chipset. I wasn't too worried about the screen. I wanted something smaller than what I had. The other one is a 4-inch touchscreen display, because with this you can obviously mount it onto your handlebars. So if you've got something like a Street Fighter, Scrambler, that kind of thing, you can mount it on, and they'll have different types of display. You can either have, you'll be able to have split screen front and rear, or you can just have your rear camera, or you can change it to speedo and stuff like this. Now, I'm not fussed on anything like that. This is literally just going to be tucked underneath my back seat. So I wanted something slightly smaller. The other one is bigger. This is fully waterproof. So buttons all nice and easy to get to. We've got a sealed memory card, which the one that I purchased didn't come with it. I wasn't that fussed because I've got plenty others. I will probably put some Velcro and just Velcro it onto the side, but we can talk about positioning later. Now, what I did see when I opened up before, and it's the same as last time, they do label stuff really well. To be honest, you don't need instructions to wire this thing up. It's literally front camera, rear camera. One of these will be power. I think this one depends on what the lead goes to, and this one will be to this controller. And you can see that they literally bolt in and then wind up. So they're going to be fully waterproof, which is fantastic. Cameras. What I like what they've done with this compared to the other one, there's no orientation mark on there. So we can see the dot there. We can see the Sony IMX, is it 335? I've not got my glasses on, 335. Because sometimes when you install them upside down, and it's not until you turn the system on that you have to then right and wrong it. And although that's not too much of a problem, if you've got this wire clamped somewhere, you then can't move it around. So that's pretty cool that they've done that. This controller I will fit. So yeah, you can see the red bit inside, so it colour coordinated on there. Got a bit of Velcro. This will be fitted at the front. Normally they have, so I think if you tap it, you take a picture. If you press and hold it, you lock the video in the event of an accident. This, I think, changes the display. So we'll be going through, you'll also be able to do it on here, but I'm assuming it'll change it from dashboard display like Speedo or whatever to cameras. And then this button opens up the Wi-Fi for their app that they use, so you can connect it to your phone. Just while I'm pulling this out, I mean the DV988, they're all pretty much a muchness on price-wise. And just a little tip, what I've done, there's plenty of these, the B5M on eBay. There's probably about 6 different companies, and all I've done is they'll always put buy now or make me an offer, and I literally just kept offering 120 quid. I started at 100 quid and didn't get anything back. Then was just sending emails just to basically say what is the cheapest you can do, because I actually bought this back in September 23 and just never got round to fitting it. Now, as I said, this here, I won't probably be using any of this. This is all the fitting kit, so you can mount it onto your handlebars. Don't know whether there's anything in there that I can use to mount it under my seat. Put that to the side. We've got a power lead here. Now, this will go into the mains. You can, if you want to set it up and try it out, first of all, before you plug it all in on your bike, so you can see all the wiring system, how you're going to lay it out. It just needs an adapter. Or a lot of bikes now have USBs. I've got USB ports wired to the back of my bike. Probably won't use that. I'll probably use the main wiring loom and wire that up to the ignition, although my USBs are wired up to ignition as well. These clamps, these are slightly different. The ones that were on the other one, I'm pretty sure were plastic. They weren't metal, and really easy to fit. You've got double-sided sticky tape. Rear one's really easy to fit. The front one we'll have to take the front fairing off. Just got a screw on the side. I won't push this all the way through because it'll scratch it, but that just goes through and sits on here, and then tighten that up. This also comes with screws, so we can screw it down so it's made sure it's nice and safe. We've got 4 screws inside that package there. We have a screwdriver. I like that they've put that in now. Screwdriver for to get to the memory card, so you haven't got to find yourself a little Phillips watch screwdriver. We've then got the wiring looms, which will be, there should be 3 of them. You'll have the camera extension, one for the front, one for the rear, and then we've got the wiring loom. And again, very, very simple, color coordinated. It just goes through an inline fuse. What's this? DC adapter. Output DC 5 volt 3 amp. So that's changing that down in voltage from your 12 volt in your battery. You've got your ground. We've got battery direct, so these 2 just go straight to the battery, and then this one goes off to ignition to tell it when to turn on for your ignition. That's that. I'm assuming that's something to do with strapping the unit down. Yeah, we can have a look at that. And then we've got the instructions. Now, the instructions on these are not too bad, to be honest. It just shows you how you're connecting up, what's actually the support as far as what you're connecting it to. Just shows you the major functions. Then we have product installation, tips and recommendations, where best to install stuff. We then got key operations on what the actual buttons do. Then we've got the controller, and it does say built-in GPS. I was unsure of that, so that's got the GPS built in. The other one that I had, you can buy it with a GPS unit or without a GPS unit. I never fitted it, to be honest. I left it out, but Dan, who bought the bike, has got it all in a box if he ever wanted to fit it. So they are saying supports 8 to 256 gigabyte class 10 genuine cards. Now, I will get a decent card for this because I've had a lot of problems in my GoPro with cheaper cards. You have to have I think it's class 10, and it's got a 3 in it. Forgotten what that is, but it basically runs quicker. Looks like we've got troubleshoot, facts and F and Q's. I've forgotten what it stands for. Brain's not working. We got QR code, so we can scan that, and this is for the road cam. Now, I did try this because they do say that you have you can connect your phone and that can be live. Now, I always have my phone at the front, so I should be able to connect my phone and it should be live to the cameras. However, I did do that with my DV988 and it didn't work that well. It was very intermittent. Then we've just got all the accessories, everything that's inside the box. And that's it. That looks like Chinese. So yeah, that's it. Unboxing all done. Let's go over some key features with it and go from there. Cheers, guys. So guys, I wanted to go through the key features. I've literally just printed this off from eBay with the key features, and I'll probably overlay some pretty pictures. As you can see, I've got my readers on. So let's go through the product features. So first of all, 2K ultra high definition wide angle camera B5M motorcycle dash cam is equipped with dual AHD 2K cameras which record video with 2K pixels, and the photo resolution supports up to 12 megapixels. It supports 150-degree wide angle shooting and has a 3-inch IPS display which will help you record wonderful moments. How beautiful. Super IP67 waterproof. The motorcycle recorder adopts a full screen lamination and has a high sealing manufacturing process which has good waterproof performance, reaching IP67 waterproof. And waterproof performance is better than most equipment on the market. Loop recording and manual lock. B5M motorbike dash cam supports loop recording. When the storage space is full, the new file will automatically overwrite the old file and keep recording. If you want to record a wonderful moment, you can manually lock the video. The dashcam supports a manual locking function and the file will be saved without fear of loss. WDR function and brightness adjustment. This sports bike dashcam adopts the WDR function, which can automatically capture more light no matter whether in a particular bright or dark place. It will be clearly displayed on the DVR. Equipped with a light brightness adjustment bar, you can also manually adjust the brightness according to your needs. Wi-Fi function and GPS tracking. This motorcycle dashcam can wirelessly access the motorcycle camera through the mobile phone Wi-Fi and preview the front and rear camera images in real time. If you want to share the beautiful scenery along the way, you can also share it on your social media through the Wi-Fi function. It also supports GPS tracking. You can check and track along the way through a computer. G sensor and parking monitoring. The B5M motorbike dash camera is equipped with a G sensor with adjustable sensitivity. When a collision occurs, B5M will automatically lock the current video and use it as evidence in an insurance claim. Parking monitoring provides you with the security of every moment. So guys, we are nearly at the end of the video, but I want to take up just a couple more minutes of your time, because at the beginning of the video, I said that I showed you a video, and in the event of an accident or me falling over, I wanted to have proof, be able to pick up people's registration numbers, that kind of thing. Because of my type of driving, how I ride, 95% of the time I'm riding sensible. Now, although that's a great source of evidence for me to prove I'm innocent, it can also work the opposite way. It can actually also prove that you're guilty and riding not very good. So what I want to do is I want to refer to a fantastic series from 44 Teeth, and in particular one video where they talk about dash cams, and that's dash cams mounted on motorbikes, dash cams mounted on your crash helmet, and the legalities of that. Now, that video in itself is fantastic. You have to go and watch that, because the amount of information that's in there is superb. Now, 44 Teeth and myself, we're not solicitors, and what they done is they teamed up with White Dalton, a solicitor that I've personally used through because of 44 Teeth and their adverts. Something happened to me and I used them and they were absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and summarize in the next couple of minutes the nuts and bolts of the laws of wearing dash cams and fitting dash cams, of whether it is for you or whether it's not for you, and you can make an informed decision. But please, I cannot stress more, go and watch that video. So to quickly summarize from that video, the police have the right under the Criminal and Evidence Act 1984 to seize any recording equipment fitted to a vehicle or to a dwelling, i.e. a house. And this is really important because this would be classed under a vehicle. So in the event of me being in an accident, or me being caught speeding, or the police are chasing me and they see the cameras and they open up, they're legally entitled to just take that recording unit, memory card, whatever. They don't have to ask my permission, don't need a court order or anything like that. They can just seize it as evidence. Now this is where it's important, because if you're wearing a GoPro, it is on your person. So technically they are not allowed to seize it. They may ask for it, you can decline. It does say in that video that you will get, or you may get, old school police officers that take the camera first, ask questions later, and you then need to prove in court whether that was seized legally or not. I cannot stress enough to go and watch that video, because what it also does is it really does go over what you also should be posting on the internet and what you can get away with. I see one recently, and a guy's gone Insta 360, got his registration number, got the whole colour of the bike, make, model, got full description of him, his crash helmet, and he's riding, yeah, very exuberant. And really, he's posted that. That is all evidence. So the police can take that and do as they will with it. So you've got to try and make an informed decision of whether the camera system is for you or whether it's not for you. And, you know, try and gain as much information as possible and make a decision for yourself. Now, the only thing that I would slightly disagree with that video, and again, that's just my opinion, is when they talk about clear-cut cases. The amount of clear-cut cases, like if you're riding down a road and someone pulls out in front of you, that you hit them and, you know, it's clear-cut. I don't see a lot clear-cut anymore. There's so much insurance fraud. If you're involved in an accident and it looks 50-50, but you know it's not, and if you had a witness, witnesses don't come forward anymore. No one's interested in going forward. I witnessed one recently, and basically the car was just stationary, turning right. This car wasn't an insurance fraud, it's just an absolute donut of a driver. They had gone into the junction but was reversing out. This car was tooting, it just hit. Now I stopped, I had it all on camera, and this driver got out and said that this car had driven into the back. If I hadn't stopped and said, look, I see everything, here's my details, you know, that it would have looked like the car's gone from behind. So I'm personally a big believer of dash cams. It hasn't changed, it doesn't change the way in which I drive. If it's affecting the way you drive, maybe it make you ride slower or drive slower. I don't know, but I think the biggest thing is, if you ride like a complete dick, don't put a dash cam on and don't post anything on the internet. Yeah, there you go. So we are at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching the unboxing of the Blueskysea B5M Dashcam. Totally new experience for me, so again, hope you've enjoyed. Remember what I always say about these bikes are your responsibility. They're there for you to look after. I'm not a professional nut fiddler. If you don't know what you're doing, please take your nuts to a professional, pay them some money, and they'll play with your nuts for you. Ride safe, keep safe, and make sure you are always checking your nuts. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. All the best.